Welcome to the month of June. Can you believe that June has already come by? Like, I can remember when 2025 started. June is the 6th month in the year 2025. And I just hope that you have, all those goals, all those dreams you said at the beginning of the year you were going to do. I just hope that you have gotten to actually doing them. Anyways, happy new month to you. This is the first Thursday in the month of June. So let's kick it off on Ordinary the podcast. With this particular episode of The Victorious Woman, I recorded with a woman called Ruth Abosede. Now, Ruth shared her story of being a teenage mom, of getting pregnant at a young age, what she had to go through with her parents, the trials and the tribulations she had to go through. See, when I was interviewing her, I was just like, wow, you never really know what people are going through until you experience it. The best musicians are always the listeners. The best football players are always the spectators. And the best advisors are always the people looking from the outside. Anyways, let me not talk too much. Let's get into this conversation with Ruth Abosede. If for the longest time you have been the smallest in the room, you're the person behind the scenes, like, do you even know the sound of your voice? What do I sound like? And you have stories, ideas and opinions buzzing in your head. It is time for you to level up. This is the place for you. You are the main character here and your story matters. I am Chiwendo and this is Ordinary. This is Ordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not too busy, help me welcome my victorious woman for today, Ruth Abosede Joseph. Hope you're good.
I'm good.
Okay, good evening to you.
Good evening to you too.
Okay, so I've read your profile and it is really interesting to me. So let's get into it. I want to know what your teenage years were like.
I had a very rough teenage years. Practically choice I made and the dismissal of the demise of my late dad. I was 15 when I took then it was a wrong choice, now it was a blessing.
Okay.
Yes. I got pregnant at the age of 15 and I gave back to my girl when I was 16. Our birthday date is just 2 weeks interval. I clocked 16 on the 8th of January and I gave back to her on the 20th of same January. So from then, you know how our parents had always been with a girl child having pregnant outside wedlock. It has not been easy from one struggling to the other. With pregnancy, going to live, as an African, you have to just go to who gets you, put you in the family way. So going to live with someone who is not ready to even crown it all, I'm not alone. He had someone again in the family line. So my parents were not supportive in the sense that they are Christian and have brought what we could call shame to them then. It was a shame that our daughter got pregnant outside wedlock. So I have to go live with him and it was not easy. He was just few years older than me, 3 or 4 thereabouts older than me. So you could see how rough it could be. His own mother too was not supportive.
They took you back to the man that got you pregnant?
Yes.
Okay.
The moment my parents knew I was pregnant, the next thing was for them to say go. So when I left the house at the age of 15, I was heavily pregnant and at the same time working tedious work. Oh God, Jesus. Thank God it's a blessing now. Tedious work to be able to take care of myself and my unborn child. And to the glory of God, God helped me. I scaled through and I have my bond of joy on the 20th of January 2005. Okay. My baby is 20 years old now.
20? Yes. Oh, Lord. That is beautiful. Okay, so let's backtrack a little because you said a lot of things that really interested me. The demise of your dad. What about the demise of your dad led to that turn of making the wrong choice?
It was my wrong choice contribute to the demise of my dad.
Oh, okay. You had already made the choice, then your dad died.
Yes. My dad is hypertensive.
Yeah, hypertensive.
And I happened to be his first daughter, his favorite. So you could imagine someone you have high esteem and hope for doing such a thing. So it leads to the increase of his hypertension, and that was one of the reasons I have to leave the house. But though before he died, we reconciled. So 2 years after I gave birth to my child, I've been back home. He took me back in 4 months after the baby. So he adopted the child to be his last born. I went back to school, but health-wise, I have to lose him. So I lost my dad 2007. After that, life has not been easy. My mom is a petty trader, so now she have 4 of us to take care of with my child, making it 5. It's not easy. So I have to leave home down here to Kaduna. I'm from Oyo State, but I grew up in Kafanchan. So I have to leave home down to Kaduna. When I get to Kaduna, the only thing I can do there was house help job. I work with a family that I will ever be grateful to in Angwarimi. They took me in. They are Muslims. I'm a Christian. They give me my Sundays to go. But I got to a stage, no matter how, you can't continue like that. I talked to them. I said I want to go. They were trying to see how, okay, let's see if we can enroll you in school or what. I now said, no, let me go to the outside world and see what I could make for myself. With their support and prayer, I started as a sales girl in Kura Plaza, thanks to Blikis household item. I worked with her for a few months. Later, I said, okay, let me try all that. You will just be trying to look for what could make it balance. With time, my mom now called me one day and said, jumping from being a sales girl here and there won't help you. Try to see what you could do for yourself. And I now told her that no experience, no qualification, no money. Where do you want me to start from? She now said I should go and check people that sell liquid soap chemicals. And I told her that, me, how do you want me to sell that? She said I should try it. So I went to Bakindogo. I met with Kenneth Chemical. I talked to him and he promised to help. With the help of God, he asked me to go and get change then, 500 naira. And that was how I started my entrepreneurship business.
Well, I'm still going to go back to teenage pregnancy because I'm intrigued, and there is a possibility that there is a woman or a girl listening to us right now that is in that phase of her life where she is saddled with having a baby at such a young time. So going back to you at 15 being pregnant, what were you feeling then?
I used to say something to people. It's only God that can help us to train our kids. We can't on our own, and I thank God for his grace over the life of my daughter. At 15, being pregnant, could you believe I didn't see anything wrong? I was in love. Then the picture on my head,
there was nothing bad.
The picture on my head is that I'm pregnant and I love who I'm pregnant for. Yes, that was the only picture on my head. Then it was after I got pregnant that reality now dawned on me that it's not always what it seems. Sin is sweet. When you engage yourself in it, it gives you this vibe of I'm on top. That was what I was feeling then. It was now when I'm out of my parents' house, I stayed with him. I got to know that I'm not the only one. He has another baby mama. That was when I was now like, so I've been leading myself alone all along. So that was when the reality now dawned, the gravity of what I've done now dawned on me. But it was late.
Prior to that, were your parents speaking to you about men?
I was beaten because of the same guy. My parents got to cut wind of it on time.
Yeah.
So, and they did everything possible they could so that it won't end in tragedy. They talked to me, they talked to him, they talked to his parents, they did all they could. But I was having this butterfly in me.
The dopamine
that
was too
I've
much.
Arrived. I'm now a lady. So that butterfly was in me. I thought being married is all about only the butterfly. It was when the finance and the reality dawned that I knew that this is the gravity of what I've done.
More.
Yeah.
So you talked about tedious work. So when your parents sent you to the man's house and you started staying with the man, you then discovered that he had another baby mama. Once you made that discovery and the reality dawned on you, what are the tedious works you did?
I really did tedious work. Some I'm not even proud of, but I thank God. There was a woman in Kafanchan then. She sells in LEA primary school there at the Emir Palace. There's a school there. I will leave where I'm staying in the morning to join this woman. You need to see the basin on my head every day, transporting goods from her house to the place. You need to see the insults. That was the first stage. I work with that woman. I used to carry heavy load, prepare for wears for the next day. We search everything you can just find that kids will buy in school. So making it, transporting it, there was nothing like using a biro or what to use your head to carry it. That was the first stage of the tedious work. So when I now gave birth to my child, I was advised to go and stay with an elderly woman from his own side, that because his mom is not in Kafanchan at that moment anymore, she has gone back to the village. So the woman I was staying with make pap, agidi, okay. The one they eat, yes. From when I first got there, she has an help, but gradually I was introduced to the job, and with time she sent her help away. If water board, then pipe water is still running. If water board should bring water, sometimes I wake up by 2 a.m. and my child is not even up to 40 days old. Yes.
And your body was still healing.
I woke up 2 a.m. and I'll be by the tap, though in the compound, fetching water. After that, the day's chores are started. That's how you go about it. Till evening. Then God help me, there is no water. I will draw well. Yes, a full drum. I will fetch it from like 4 houses to our house. I will transport the water on my head from that place to where we stay. I will be the one to fetch the full drum, and I will still be the one to take it home in a bid to survive with my child. I practically do everything from getting ready the paper they use with the leaf, washing the corn, filtering it. Though I thank God for her, because that experience toughens me. It's when I start my own, it makes it easier for me. But then she was putting me through that because I need a place to stay.
Even prior to you getting pregnant, you were living a soft life. You were living a good life.
I am my dad's pride. I have 3 elder brothers, so you can imagine.
The soft life, the cruise. You were cruising through life.
I went to the best school in Kafanchan, the best secondary school, the Anglican Junior Seminary. That was where I did my secondary school. Were you angry at your parents at some point? Definitely. Definitely. When I could understand what happened to the prodigal son, when he has felt, how do I put it now, after all the toys and he has eaten the pig food, he now said, oh, I will go back home. People in my father's house. That was the case. I'm here feeding from hand to mouth, not knowing where the next meal
but they were
is
the
coming
ones that
from.
sent you.
Because I disappoint them. You can't fault my parents. I just told you earlier on that my pregnancy triggered my father's BP. So you can't expect him to keep me and be seeing me. Yeah. So that was why he asked to.
So when you came back after all the tedious work and everything, they accepted you?
After my baby is 4 months old, people that saw the way things were going, somebody now went and apologized on my behalf to my parents and said, the way this girl is going, it won't be only my father anymore. It can lead to something else for me. So they now went and talked to my parents. My father now called a meeting. He now told my baby's dad that he wants me back home. Okay. And that was how I went back home.
Well, coming to your dad's death, have you forgiven yourself for that?
I've forgiven myself because I believe God knows best. He has a BP before then. It was just that triggered it more.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. Let's go on a commercial break. When we come back, Ruth will be telling us how she started her entrepreneurship journey and how she is training her own daughter now, even after going through her own challenges with being a teenager. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Kaduna.
Not the ghetto we used to them. Anytime you rise, the more you fall. Even if you didn't grow it down. I thought you were my friend, so why you want my life to end? The shots where you send, yeah. Here we go again.
Invicta FM. Be victorious.
Alright, welcome back. You're still listening to The Victorious Woman right here on Invicta 98.9 FM. My victorious woman is still in the studio. Her name is Ruth Abosede Joseph. Now, let's enter into your entrepreneurial journey. You mentioned that your mom told you, instead of running from one shop to another, why not start your own business? So, for someone that didn't have the qualifications, you doubted yourself starting a business. How did you finally just, say, you know what, I'm going to start my business? And you even got to the place of actually excelling at it. What was that journey of starting and then excelling?
When I started the business, I started it like a fun. I was not really committed to it.
Yeah.
I just got the ingredients, prepared the soap, and I went to the market. And God's grace, people were not much in the soap business then, so I was accepted, and the business was moving. Why I said I started as a fun was that I just noticed that this is what I will be waiting for to end at the end of the month. In 2 weeks I have it. So what I now start doing is, apart from maybe assisting my mom is with my kid. So apart from assisting her with whatever I have, which is not a mandatory. So I now see that I start making money. So the next thing I start watching Desperate Housewife.
So is that using your money to buy movies?
And I just start.
You were a child.
Yes.
Come on, you were a child.
So I just start. I think I was already 18 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
18.
So
okay.
yes, I was already 18. So I just start watching. I just go make
clothes.
the money. So I was not even the clothes type.
Okay.
Yes. I only eat. Then if I go, people might be waiting for me in the market. I run 3 markets. I'll go to the first one. I go every day, but when it got to Friday, I'll just tell you that I've made money for the week, so I'll just relax. Wow. So I was just doing it like
such
fun.
A business person.
I was just doing like fun. So it was until 2013 that I can now say I started the business fully.
Your intention.
Yes, 2013. Then as I was now like, okay, I'm growing. My baby is growing. I need to make something for myself. I cannot always depend on my mom. So I've already know the up and down about what I'm doing. I now start establishing myself. I go to the market in the morning. I go to the market in the afternoon. And God's grace, people start knowing me. People come in outside Kaduna. If they come to town and they were able to lay their hand on my product. I have people that take my soap to Niger State and stuff like that. So I now start getting occupied. So there's no time for that girls play anymore. So that was when I now decided that okay, you can't continue like this. I now enroll back to school. I attended cooperative college. That school make it easier for you to work and at the same time school. So I enroll in cooperative college. I go to school in the morning. I go for business as early as 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning. That's in Kantinkori here in Kaduna. Anything 8:39. I'm on my way to Gonigora and I close from school by 2. Sometimes I rest, sometimes I don't rest, and I'll go for afternoon markets. I use my weekend for productions or days if I don't have classes. Sometimes I make production far into the night. I'm living in a single room. The room I live was my production house.
Yeah.
That was how I started. God's grace will start progressing. Business was good and I start buying in bulk, so which give me an opportunity to make more money in business. To enjoy business, you need to buy your goods in bulk. It will help you. And the business were growing, and now the childishness was out of it. I was able to be focused and know what I'm doing.
You had a goal now.
Yes, thank you. I have a goal now. I have a target I have to meet at the end of every month. So it helps. So that was how I grew. And with time, and also, okay, let me relieve my mom of the stress. 2019, I brought in my child to come and start staying with me in Kaduna here, and I enroll her in school at Branawa here. We start living together, only getting to 2021 when 2021 when Corona started. That was when we have challenge in the business. And when we have challenge in the business, it was because of the stay at home, the shoot up in dollars and everything, because what we use for soap making is imported goods. So that was when we have a little problem. With God's grace and everything, we were able to scale through. My daughter finished her secondary school, and I was not like, this girl should not be a dependent. dependent, because I know what's being a dependent. Sorry to say, I'm not saying it's bad for people that are dependent on what, but if you have your way, a lady should also be able to make her money. And I don't thought of it wise, why she wait for admission. I said, okay, I got someone that I can afford because she's into fashion, and I enroll her. She learned a tailoring with Ari Couture here. That was where she learned her tailoring. She learned tailoring. Admission didn't come till she finished her apprenticeship. So when admission didn't come, then I still allow her stay with her boss. She make wares for me and some of her friends. We now have to change the course because she's not fall in love with what she was doing, and that was why she changed to CAD Poly, and now she's studying fashion tech.
What's her name?
Her name is Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful name. So what are you doing differently with your daughter? Because I could already hear what you're doing differently with her. You don't want her to depend on anybody. She should make her own money by, the skills she's acquiring. But let's talk about the emotional aspect. What kind of a mother are you to her?
I'm a friend and a fighter. Yeah.
You go to war?
I'm a friend and a fighter.
Yeah.
I understand what it means to have a teenager at home. My parents gave me everything, so I won't say it's lack. It's not lack. The only thing I could say was that I will encourage mothers, try and be your daughter's friend. Yes, but we're not going there now. I can only encourage mothers, please try as much as possible. Some mothers, once we notice that the girl's father love her much, she become our rival, or we see her differently. But please try and be your daughter's friend.
Talk to her about things.
It will help a lot than her having friends, even in her father. I'm not discouraging girls' child that makes their father friends. But I believe as a mother, we will understand more than what the men will do.
Yeah.
So please try and make your daughter your friend. I tried to make her my friend, but we fight. Yes, we do fight.
You need to.
We'll fight. We'll fight that even days we should just be good morning in the house. Because I was trying to see how she would not repeat the mistake I did and how she would not find herself struggling. There are days I will ask her to go to work, only for her boss to come here and say she didn't see her. So I will leave my own business.
Come and look for her.
I'll come to the house and look for her. And I won't come and pamper you. You are leaving the house immediately. Even if it is 2:00, they called me. I will come and send her to work before I will go back to town. I didn't give her an avenue to yes, there were some times I tried to pamper her that, she's my only child, and I was trying to give her everything, yes, but I got to a state that I understand that no, that is not the only thing. So I start being rigid, I start being strict. Not I will give you the necessity, but I won't give you that platform. Yes.
Just misuse.
Yes. And one thing that helped me again was that I prayed to God that God, please help me where I missed it. This child should not miss it. It helps because I told somebody of recent, and I told the person that I thank God my child didn't come out like me. Now me, I have both parents, and I did what I did. It's only me and her, and God helped me. She come out well at 20.
She's doing stuff by herself.
Yes. So I thank God she didn't come out like me.
I'm about to ask a very personal question.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer it, it's fine. Where is the father of that child?
For now, he's late. But in our life, he was absent. Did you get what I mean?
Yeah.
He died a year ago. November last year, make it a year, he died. But even when he was alive,
It was non-existent.
he was not part of our life.
Yeah. Okay. So our time is almost up. One thing I've gotten from this story is no matter how things happened in life, you can surely turn it around. There's a book I'm reading currently, and it says whatever it is, be it negative that's happening to you, God is using it, or the world is using it, life is using it to teach you a very pertinent lesson. And somewhere down the line, you will see why that happened to you. And your child is your bundle of joy.
Seriously.
Yeah, your child is your bundle of joy. And the way you're speaking about her is already telling that you love her so much. And also the skills you had to acquire along the way to become the woman you are now. If that didn't happen to you years ago, it would have been a different story, probably. Who knows? So what is your message to a woman listening to us right now? If you want to tailor it according to what you experienced, fine.
To every woman listening to me right now, please, either married, single mother, or a single lady, try and strive for yourself. People always say the sky is so wide for birds to fly. Somebody might have been doing what you're doing, does not stop you from starting. Thanks to my mom, she was able to give me a push, and I was able to myself, which helped me to be who I am today. I will not be celebrated if not for my mom's word that pushed me to start. So please, no matter how small, by that gutter in your house, clean the gutter and start something. And by whatever life is throwing at you, just don't look at it. Look at how you could make yourself to be better. And I believe God will help all of us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ruth Abosede Joseph, for sharing your story. And you are an embodiment of a victorious woman. Thank you so much for being here. And to everybody listening to us, I hope you got something from Ruth's story. It's not about what happened. It's about what are you using what happened to do. Analogy. What are you using the lemons life gave you to make? Make sure you make a lemonade, a sweet one at that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode. To give me feedback on How to Narrate the podcast, you can easily go to my Facebook, Chiwendo Odemwe, and across every other social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it says The Chiwendo. Or you can send me an email at chiwendoodemwe@gmail.com. If you have my WhatsApp number, you already know where to find me. But anyways, until next time, Ordinary Podcast would be back again with another excited episode. Bye.